see so many of you. This is fantastic. Good mixed room. You guys, some of you young in here, look like you kill it on Bumble. You kill it on Bumble, don't you? Yeah. A lot of you kill it on Bumble. I'm glad that you're here. This is all very nice. If any of you call me Carlton, I'll fucking kill you. Alright? Let's just clean the palate. Let's just get that one out the way right now. Just take care of that. Happy to be here, man. I actually drove in town. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I'm not from here. I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio, and I made the choice to move here 6 years ago because it's like the old saying goes, life is short. So move to Philadelphia and make it fucking shorter, right? Like, just do like Kesha says and die young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't have hypertension 5 years ago. Now I can't have red meat. This ain't fair. I like living here, though. I like Philly. You guys have taught me a lot about myself. You guys taught me how to say water properly. That's great. I used to think John was a person. Turns out it's a person, place, thing, or idea. You Philadelphians always teaching me. I had a birthday in August, and I turned 33 years of age, and I had to show my ID to the bartender out front, and he looked at me, and he was like, "You don't look 33." And I was like, "Shit, I'm black. I better not." Right? I don't get much in this whole deal, you know? I feel things changing, though. I feel things like slipping away a little bit, you know? I'm still good, but things are switching up. Like, I can't run quite as fast. Jumping quite as high is not really a thing. I can no longer masturbate using just my imagination. That's a young man's game. Yeah, that was 15-year-old Setoiyo. That's a good kick. Quick, some would say even. Yo, I tried to masturbate the other day using just my mind. I damn near passed out of heat exhaustion. This is some of the hardest shit. I was nasty. I was a nasty boy. I was nasty. I was very nasty. I used to have fantasies, you know? I used to have fantasies about black, white, Latin, and Asian women that were naked and consenting. Freak, right here. Yeah, it was me. Now I have fantasies where, like, the PPA will write me a handwritten apology letter, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get a Pico bill that lets me know like, I got a $60 credit, you know what I'm saying? Like, sort of gets me going. I have a lot of side jobs. I bartend in the city. I bartend at the Electric Factory over here on Spring Garden. And recently, I got to bartend a heavy metal show, and the headlining act was the legendary heavy metal group that is known as Slayer. And I'm just gonna say, white people, what y'all do for fun is so troubling to me sometimes. I don't understand you. Explain yourselves immediately, all of you. It was outdoors. It was an outdoor event. There were 5,000 people outdoors. 700 of them were shirtless white dudes with tattoos that can only be described as, you know, my mom never hugged me. Yeah. But hey, Hitler had some good ideas. I'm just saying, he was a good motivator. He can motivate. They got together. They started mosh dancing. They started doing the mosh dancing. That's where white men get together with the sound of music playing, and they go, "You guys know what you do." And so the mosh dancing, and they're moshing 7 uninterrupted hours of mosh dancing styles. Very impressive. And right at my bar, there's this shirtless dude with a Death Before Dishonor tattoo around his neck, and he proceeds to punch himself in the face as hard as he can. So hard, he knocked his bottom tooth into his mouth. He spit it out, and with blood streaming out of his mouth, he yells, "Fuck yeah, Slayer!" And it was at that moment I realized, well, white people have never lost wars. I saw it then. I was like, that is an unstoppable killing machine. That's it. I became the three-eyed raven. I was like, I am Bran now. I see everything. It's amazing. It's great. It's amazing. I was awoken. Yeah. Also, another one of my jobs, I teach dance to children. I teach hip-hop dance to kids, to teenagers, and they're all really cool. They're really talented. They're really gonna go places, and they've all got smart fucking mouths. Every single one of these children. It's very mean children. Very mean. Very mean. They say it's a roasting session. They're like, "We're roasting you. We're roasting you. We're gonna roast you." And I'm like, "That's interesting." When I was a kid, we called that hurting feelings. We called it hurting feelings. We called that emotionally stunting a young person. That's what we do. That's what we call that. Yeah, I remember that. First week I taught there, 5 of them cornered me after class, and one of them spoke for everyone, and he was like, "Hey man, your name is Setoiyo. That sounds like Sequoia. Her name is Latoya. We gonna call you Toyota." I was like, that don't even fucking make sense. And then they started singing. They started singing to me. They were like, "Sequoia, Sequoia, he doesn't know what he had. He never had a dad." I'm like, wait, y'all practice this? I snapped on one of them though. I lost it. I got fed up. I drive the 2003 Mazda Protege, swag. And I'm driving up to the location, and one of the kids sees me, and he was like, "Ooh, Sequoia, you drive a dusty-ass ride. You ain't got no bread." And I was like, "Maurice, you are 13 and homeless. Don't do this. Don't do it." I got an office, like my office job is my big kid job. It's on the main line, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, and I said to him, "Hey man, what's up?" And he was like, "Well, Trump is president, so you know how that goes." And I'm like, "You haven't answered my question at all." And he was like, "No, I'm pissed off, because it's like there's no more great Americans." And guys, I fundamentally disagree. There are great Americans everywhere. You just gotta look at things a little differently, right? Okay, Donald Trump, not a great American. Steve Bannon, not a great American. MC Hammer, not a great American. Lost $30 million in a year. It's not a great American. Can't do it. Can't do it. There are rules. Guys, in my humble opinion, I believe that Ice-T is top 5 greatest American, dead or alive, that has ever lived. Yes. Ice-T. Yes. Some of you are clapping. You're correct. Yes. 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 And the rest of you, if he's not on your top 5 list, with all respect, fuck your list. Okay? This is a great American. Seriously, what other light-skinned black dude you know can grow up with the name Tracy, become a pimp and a drug dealer in the 70s, not get killed or go to prison, then join the army, go AWOL, still not go to prison, then in the 80s start rapping, become very successful, then in the late 80s start a rock group called Body Count, drop a song called Cop Killer, get dropped by his label, and with all of corporate America looking at him like, "What the fuck you gonna do now?" Ice-T was like, "I'm becoming a cop on TV. Let me get this Dick Wolf SVU money. That's what we're doing." He then married and impregnated a white woman whose name is Coco. So I don't know how you judge metrics, but I'm just saying from where I stand. There are a lot of things I don't understand. Like I understand dating. I like dating. I think dating is fun. I think sexting is fun. Some things I don't understand about. I don't understand unsolicited dick pics. I don't get them. It's a very strange thing to me. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I have a cousin, and she's 22 years old, and she came to visit me recently in Philadelphia, and we were having a great time. We were yucking up, having dinner, laughing, and her phone buzzes, and she looks at her phone, and she's like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Emma, what's wrong?" And she's like, "Cousin, look, hard dick right on the phone, hard dick on this phone." Yeah. Long vein in the dick, too, very long vein, very aggressively long, like a calligraphy-esque kind of deal. I looked at that picture and I was like, "Ooh, that dick got 8 hours of sleep. That's what that dick did. That dick, that is a gallon of water a day dick. This is a very hydrated dick I'm sitting here. It's a very, very hydrated dick." And she was like, "Cousin, I don't want this." And I was like, "I don't want this either." She's like, "I'm pissed off, cousin, because I thought he was such a nice guy." And I was like, "Yeah, that's how we get you." Yeah. I don't get it at all. One time I had this woman hit me up and she was like, "Yeah, Setoiyo, let me see a picture of that big black dick." And I was like, "Madam, it's February, I don't want to do this. No. Reclaiming my time, okay? Reclaiming my time." I went to New York for a show, and I was flirting with this older woman, very pretty, very older woman, and she cut right to the chase. She was like, "I like big dicks," and I was like, "Well, that's an escalation from hello. That's very apparent there." And she was like, "No, I like them like 13 inches or bigger," and I was like, "Respect, okay." But fucking why? Like a 13-inch penis is not a sexual organ. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a melee weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you assault motherfuckers with those things, you know? Go into camp to do some real good for this community with that thing. Guys, you've been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice night.